How you doing? What's going on, guys? Um, I didn't expect to come back so quickly. Um, I'm feeling a little bit energetic right now. Um, I just want to apologize for my mood earlier. Like I said before, some of the things I witness and go through sometimes actually bothers me. It makes me feel down a little bit. I'm not having a bad day at all. It's just that some things, sometimes when you see how sick some of these people are and they don't know they're sick, they don't even know they're sick, it can really do something to my emotions at times. It really does something to me, man. I try not to let it get the best of me, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I actually have a heart. I actually feel things, even when I don't want to. So, excuse me, sorry about that. So, about 20 minutes ago, right? I I'm walking downtown. I'm just downtown. I'm thinking about going back to the library because I actually have to pick up my W-2. That's why I'm moving here. But I'm thinking about going back to the library for a couple hours. So I'm crossing the street, right? And there was this girl behind me. I guess she was getting ready to cross the street too. I looked at her and I noticed she's wearing this really tight black dress. She's curvy. She's a nice looking girl, I'm not gonna lie. Curvy body and everything, thick. But the thing is, I've seen girls like this before. I've dated girls like this before, many times. She isn't something I haven't seen before. She isn't the type of thing that I have never experienced before either. But see, this is what I was talking about before, how you have some of these people out here, especially these women, they will wear these dresses like this, and automatically in your mind, you're supposed to think that you've never seen a woman like this before. You're supposed to fawn over her as soon as you see her. I looked at her and she looked at me. I didn't say a word. I turned around and kept walking. I continued walking across the street. So, as I'm walking across the street, the girl, she starts to cross over the road too. And sorry, they doing construction over here. It's kind of loud over here, but I'll be outside all day. I love to get fresh air. And I like to walk too, because for me, that's exercise. I'm not someone who would just hang out in the gym all day. I'd rather go out and walk. Anyway, this girl was crossing the street too. And as my feet is about to touch the curb on the sidewalk after I crossed the road, this girl like veered, like coming this way in front of me. She like curved like right in front of me, almost as if She wants me to get a better look at her, and I did. I'm a man. I'm not gay. I know what I like things too. Even though this girl doesn't particularly interest me, which is why I didn't say anything to her. So she came and curved right in front of me. So immediately I knew this girl wanted attention. So when I saw her do that, I straight up told her, I told her flat out, I noticed you're not wearing panties. You're wearing that tight black dress. I see everything. You're not wearing panties. And she looked at me and she didn't say nothing. And I didn't say nothing else either. I just continued on about my business because I think she was wondering where else I was going to go with that conversation. But little did she know this conversation was going nowhere because I was basically letting her know that she's nothing special to me. You're not even wearing underwear. You look desperate. I kept going about my business. And sure enough, there was a dude that was walking up from behind me and her. Now, he sees her too. Just like me, he's a man. He knows what he sees. This girl has a big old ass on her. She's wearing a tight dress, and she's not wearing underwear. And she when she saw him, she started speed walking because she saw how he was looking at her. The way he looked at her and the way I looked at her was totally different. So when she saw him, she started speed walking like she's trying to get away from him. So, and the dude started chasing her. He started chasing her down, bro. And then he caught up with her. Now, I didn't hear that conversation, but he eventually caught up with the girl and he starts talking to her. But I noticed that she did not exchange phone numbers with this dude, bro. You see? You have to be careful. You have to understand what you're looking at, bro. These women make themselves look desperate in order to seek out desperate men. And you might be wondering, why would she do that? It's very simple, because a lot of these men are simple. They are stupid, bro. They are like fools. They'll see a girl dressed like that, and they will get down on their knees and propose to her and tell her that they want to eat her ass like groceries for the rest of his life. These people are fools, man. They don't have a brain in their head. They only think with their dick now. Excuse my language, but I'm telling the truth. But I did notice that it looked like this girl would not be going home with him tonight. And see, this is how you know when a man did not have a father in his life. Or when a woman probably did have both her parents in her life, but she does not listen to them. Like I said, when I first looked at her, I already understood what I was looking at. This girl never listened to her parents coming up as a kid. She was rebellious. I know exactly what I'm looking at. That's why she's dressed like this. Her mother was probably the same way at one point. You never know. I'm not here to judge anyway. But I will say this is not someone that I will try to spend my life with, bro. My wife gonna respect me. She wouldn't come outside wearing a dress like that. I don't care how fat her ass is. She can't even say she's doing it for me. I've seen how fat your ass is before. So why would you want to dress like this for me? I wouldn't even want you dressing like that on a special occasion. What are you talking about? See, it's a man's job to instruct his wife and teach her things. Because if he doesn't teach her anything, she would go out and do things like this. And she'd be chasing around all day like that guy who was chasing her earlier, bro. He came up from behind me. And this dude was running to catch this girl, bro. Ain't that what a coincidence? This girl went out of her way to get my attention and I ignored her. And this other dude came from running up from behind me and he was going out of his way to get her attention and she ignored him. It's a vicious cycle we're in right now, bro. This is why I be talking about you. When you see stuff like this is how you know the book of Revelations is true. It's time to wisen up, bro. We are in our last days. We are in the last days for real. They're going to start to try to play with us. They're going to start putting all kind of holograms and stuff in the sky to scare us. And at one point in my life, I used to record some of the things I would see in the sky. Because I was seeing things a lot. But now I understand that this is not how the Most High communicates with me. He can communicate with me sometimes like this, but he usually doesn't. He doesn't communicate this way, bro. These are people playing games. He's not the Lord of the skies. He is the creator of all things. These people better put respect on his name. Stop limiting him like this, bro. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're asking for. You're going to get hurt badly. I be trying to warn people, bro. They don't listen. They think spiritual things are just spiritual things. You better act like you got some sense. Stop playing with the Most High, man. That girl I saw earlier, about 30 minutes ago, you see women like her everywhere now. It used to actually be shocking and surprising to see a woman dressed like that, but now it isn't. Men would actually call her a hoe right in her face when she dressed like that. Now these men are like simps. They're chasing the girl that they used to call a hoe. These same men are chasing her around everywhere now. And she's loving it. It's funny to her. Because you used to disrespect her back in the day when she dressed like this. Now you won't leave her alone. You're going to keep seeing this girl circling around me. And you know what happens every time? These dudes always end up wanting to fight me. Because I don't give any heed to these women. I tell them right to their face that I don't love them. And I don't want to be in a relationship with them. I tell her straight up, there are things you have to understand first. Not about me, but about yourself. You got to establish a relationship with yourself first. And it's going to help.